Good
We're
evening,
live.
folks. We are live. Welcome to episode 6, season 3 of the Running Gun podcast. I'm JPeeps.
And I'm Ace. And the sports world is a whole lot different today than it was on the last time we saw you guys.
Yeah, boys. We had some HBCU players show out in the
Domination.
combine. They dominated the combine. We had a couple of big time moves in the NFL, and we haven't even hit free agency yet. Free agency doesn't start till the 13th. 13th or the
Mm,
14th, it is.
Monday. Well, legal tampering starts the 14th of Monday, but free agency itself opens the 16th, the
Yeah, see, so
Wednesday.
this is it's been interesting. It's been very interesting. We got the results from Las Vegas Motor Speedway as well. We've also got some NCAA news that's been going down. Army
March
Navy
Madness already started.
for the women, I assume.
No, not what I meant. Like I'm talking about like just the buzzer beaters and the craziness for the upsets.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
you
definitely. Oh
you
yeah,
were
that
you were
was.
talking up Alabama last week, and they already lost to LSU in the tournament. Coach K got upsetted up by UNC.
I expected that. As terrible as that is for me to say, I expected that because I grew up liking UNC more in that rivalry,
Mm.
and I like Michael Jordan, and I really despise Christian Leitner. So
That's fair enough. That's fair enough. But I mean, make sure you like, share, subscribe, be a friend, tell a friend. Last gift's coming back in 2 weeks, the 22nd. We were trying to have an emergency episode to watch Flash Mope, but we just had to settle for the picture. But yeah, be a
uh,
friend, tell a friend, like, share, subscribe. You got anything else before we hit this intro?
no, I do not. No, I do not. So let's go ahead and roll it. It's gonna be a fun one. Let's go. Hey, what's going on, guys? This is JP.
This is the Bug.
This is JC.
This is Flash.
This is Denny Hendricks.
And you're listening to.
And you are listening to.
And you're listening to.
And you're listening to the Run and Gun Podcast.
Let's go.
All right.
Which
So,
one you want to start with, and make sure you switch the background.
okay, so we're going to see. I got it right this time. I got it right this time.
I had to remind
Right.
you, but we're good.
You did, but you know what? I was looking at it and I was like, do it. Do it now. Do it now. And I did
Do
it.
it.
Okay,
Alright.
Emperor.
I mean, not.
Yes,
Yeah.
he's like in 7th Heaven right now because the Obi-Wan Kenobi series has started and everything.
Well,
So
the trailer dropped. If they ruin it, we're burning down Disney. If it flops like Boba Fett, we're burning down Disney.
you got a long ways to go.
Yeah.
But
I'll burn down
let's-
Orlando, not LA. That's too far. Well, not LA,
Yeah.
but California. But anyway, let's start. Which one? We start with HBCU. All right, let's talk about Markquese, Joshua, and Jacoby dominating out the car.
honestly, dude,
Bell, Williams, and Durant.
I was very impressed. I'm gonna work my way down from D. I'm gonna work my way up from D2 up. So I didn't expect Joshua Williams to be that long and lanky. Because well, for one, I've never seen film on the kid, but dude, he went out there and he impressed, man. He has the range and everything to play defensive back. I would love to see him up on the line pressing wide receivers in the NFL and even wherever he lands in training camp. That's an athletic corner. Good ball skills. He looked better. And see, here's the thing too. A lot of these guys, they looked more fluid. They looked more fluid than a couple of their PWI counterparts.
For some reason, I hear something in. Oh wait, okay. I couldn't hear for something. My audio cut out when I was pulling up this thing here. But all right. So for Joshua Williams, his arms are 32 and 7/8 inches. So like almost 33 inches essentially. And
Yeah,
NFL Next Gen Stats gave him a 6.22 grade for eventually becoming a starter, which is actually pretty high. They say he's gonna be will eventually become a plus starter essentially, an average plus starter.
I
So that's
believe it.
not bad. I can see
So,
that. So he ran a 4.53 in the 40,
yep,
36-inch vertical jump, and a 124 in the broad jump. He didn't do 3-cone 20-yard shuttles or bench press, but
all good.
so
But I mean,
I'll pull up everything for each one of them while we go through. But
the
yeah.
other one that impressed too was Jacoby Durant out of South Carolina State. But I mean, honestly, I knew he was going to be pretty good when I saw him holding his own against those South Carolina State against those Jackson State wide receivers in the Celebration Bowl. He held his own, and he had
Hmm.
already been making a name for himself. So I kind of knew, like, watching the Celebration Bowl, I was like, he's going to be a pretty good corner. If he gets into Joshua Williams definitely get into the right situation, they're both going to be pretty good corners in the NFL. And then, of
Okay.
course, Markquese Bell made a statement 4.54, followed it up with a 4.55 40. And that was impressive. That was very impressive. He ran well. His on the field drills were exceptional. Everything about it, I was a huge fan of. I loved what he did. He had a top 5 vertical jump, I believe, of all the safeties in the combine. If you ask me, he's up there with the top 3 safeties that they were talking about them for the most part. And Charles Davis did a good job of literally trying to like putting Markquese Bell in the conversation with those guys, with like Smoke Monday and all those guys. He did a really good job with that. So I mean, look, I will say this: Kyle Hamilton didn't have that good of a combine. So hopefully his pro days coming up. Hopefully he kills it. But I'm curious to see Markquese Bell do, or not see because we won't really see it, but I'm curious to hear about the other things that Markquese Bell is able to do come his pro day.
They gave Jacoby Durant a really tough grade. They gave him a 5.86, so average backup or special teamer. He only does a 40-yard dash. That's probably why.
He only did his 40.
That's the only thing they have recorded for some reason. They have no bench, vertical, or broad.
He's probably just gonna save it for his pro day. Hopefully,
That's true.
hopefully reason.
That's what most of them are doing. But let's pull up Marquise while you keep going. I'm just giving this analytic part of it. There we go. Markquese Bell got a felt low. Wow, tough grade. 5.68. Yeah, he's going in day 2 though, so I seriously doubt that's not what's going to be. A 4.41 40-yard, 36
Oh
and a
yeah,
half
it's a
vertical.
4-4. That's right. They came back and made it official. It was
Yeah.
a 4-1. That's right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but
I remember that.
so they gave him a lanky safety run support. He needs to upgrade his technique and body control as a tackler.
I
But that's the only
will
thing he could do.
say,
That's what he needs to update. But
I
yeah.
will say, I do agree with that. I do agree with that. That statement makes a lot of sense. He held his own against big time competition when it came to like playing against UCF and USF and even Southeastern Louisiana. But there are little things that can be polished with his
And hip
play.
tightness. He's kind of tight up in the hips.
And
So
yes,
if he gets some fluid in him, I think he's gonna be really good. But
see, and here's the thing.
I think he's
See,
gonna go day 2.
I think he'll go day two as well. If not day 2, he's an early day 3 type of guy.
Yeah, 4th round, 5th round kind of guy. I don't think he's going the latter half. Same with Savion. I think Savion Williams is gonna go the same way. But want to get into some basketball stuff, or you want to talk about prime time?
I want to say that, dude, this is actually. Have you seen the video of this
Of what?
on Dion's Instagram page? Have you seen the video of this?
No, but I know he got his toes amputated or something.
Dude, he got his big toe and I think his second toe amputated because he had a bad toe for a long time. He had them both amputated. My goodness, it was so bad. Like that thing was crazy, and it was very emotional. Like And apparently this was going on the whole time while people were wondering, like, is he entertaining interviews from TCU and stuff and assuming this and that? He wasn't.
Yeah,
Dude, this man was down bad. Like,
yeah, that's some big physical stuff going down.
because he was even saying, like, it's crazy how at one point he was this star freak athlete in the NFL and in Major League Baseball. And now he's like lost 2 toes. He could have lost a leg and stuff like that. Dude, it was insane.
Yep, that sounds exactly insane. But I mean, hey, my dog lost 2 toes and he's going up and about all piffy up. He good.
Your
And
dog lost.
yeah, he lost 2 toes, but he don't even care anymore. He moved on past that. He's rocking around. He ain't care. I think Prime Time would be the same, but Prime had that mentality. I feel like even this ain't gonna get him down.
No, it's not. If anything, sometimes when you come through a struggle, I need to really practice what I preach here. When you come through a struggle, it tends to make you stronger.
I'm
Honestly,
sorry for laughing, but I know some context.
he's laughing, America, because there's an inside joke that we have amongst our group of friends that we won't discuss on this camera. But
we won't discuss it. But continue.
yeah, definitely. Success doesn't come without struggle, I think, or sometimes like you go through that little bit of a struggle, but then when you come out of it, it's a big time thing. I will say though one other thing though before I do pose the question, circulating rumors of Tennessee State potentially joining the SWAC.
We were talking about this. I want to think was what Savion were talking about this. Somebody was on the show and we were talking about this thing, and it was out before it became like the official rumors came out. But I mean, I don't have any issues with it because we saw what FAMU did when they came into the SWAC, and like they're pissing off everybody, and I'm just here for that kind of crap. But
I feel like with Eddie George in Tennessee State, it'll be a little bit different. He has to hit the recruiting trail a little bit harder.
I mean, Eddie George by his name alone will probably get some recruits.
Hopefully, I don't know. We'll see. He's got to market the school better, I think.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, cause if you look at what Dion does for Jackson State, I think Eddie George needs to do that for Tennessee State. Tennessee State's going to really take that next step. But again, you got to remember Dion is flashy. He wants to be out there.
That's true.
That type of guy. But I will say this: I'm sure Tennessee State here in the next few years are going to have some pretty darn good running backs coming out of there.
I mean, yeah.
But
all right.
One other thing, right there.
I mean, yeah. We've seen it before. I had a tweet go up where even Willie Simmons liked it. Was the I think Markquese Bell's really I think even any one of these guys can become like you see what Darius Leonard is doing. I mean, that whole narrative thing with them not having the competition is kind of bull. So
dude, honestly, when people say stuff like that, that is so stupid, honestly, because I'm like the highest paid linebacker in the league right now went to an HBCU.
Exactly. I mean,
you can't really say that.
I mean, even look, the highest paid player in the NFL went to JUCO. So I mean, at one point,
the highest paid player in the NFL went to JUCO.
Rodgers apparently went to JUCO. So.
Oh, so yeah, I didn't know that. I was trying to figure out because I was like, wait a minute, Mahomes?
No, Mahomes actually not getting paid that much because if you break that contract for 10
years. Yeah, no, I believe it. Yeah, that contract is spread out over 10 years. Yeah,
but Rodgers, I don't even know what his current contract is kind of weird because they haven't officially announced it.
I know. Hey, look, that's a great transition point right there. I think it was like Rodgers' contract was pretty interesting.
They didn't actually. It's not official. The Rappaport put it, but then even Pat McAfee was getting told by Rodgers himself. Rodgers even came out and said that contract's not true. And all that. So the contract isn't official because they have to I want to say work it out because they have to because they franchise tag Devontae, but they also have to worry about well, they already cut Zadarius Smith, so they have to re-sign a bunch of other guys.
I couldn't believe that they did that. I
had a feeling Zadarius was gone because toward the after the season ended, he already like put like a deuce sign up at Lambeau Field, like saying he's out. So I wasn't too surprised by that.
Damn, that's crazy.
And if I don't think that $200 million is accurate, but if it was, yeah, that's way too much.
Dude, if they actually gave him
$200 million just to go lose in the divisional or conference championship,
153 million guaranteed. This is kind of why I'm kind of glad that he didn't come to Tampa, and this is why I'm sure you're glad he didn't go to New Orleans, because it's like, well, he'll just get there and then he'll lose like he always does for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
The last time he was really, really legit, he had, oh my gosh, he had Clay Matthews, Jordy Nelson, AJ Hawk. I'm just talking about the defense.
Oh, Sam Shields.
Yeah, Sam Shields.
Young Casey Hayward.
Charles Woodson, Clay Matthews, like that.
Mike Daniels.
BJ
Raji. Who remembers BJ
Raji? Yep. Like this defense was stacked.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have that. They didn't have that last year. They didn't have that the year before.
They don't got that swag toughness. You know what I mean?
No, they don't.
They got the swag, but they ain't got that tough physicality kind of thing. They're like AJ Hawk would come and he would murder somebody. Like, exactly. They ain't got that at linebacker right now.
Like, see, the thing is like the last.
Devondre's all right.
The last two Packers Super Bowl teams, the '96 team with Brett Favre, and the 2010 team with Aaron Rodgers. Those two teams, like those types of teams are the types of teams. Like, it doesn't matter what the elements are, they will play you and they will beat the crap out of you. That's
not like this team who put up 10 points in a divisional round because it was snowing, but then your quarterback gets 153 million. I'm sorry, but that's just too funny. Your team, your back-to-back MVP put up 10 points in a playoff game. You know if that was like Drew Brees or Tom Brady, they're getting crucified right now to this day still.
I know.
Like if Brady put up 10 and like against like Mahomes or somebody, right? And he went to Tampa with that contract.
But but here's the thing too. Brady wouldn't catch that type of grief either because Brady has the rings to back.
Oh yeah, that's true. But I mean, Rodgers only got one ring and he ain't even been back since. Like even Russ got one ring and Russ won back. And well, let's switch over to that. I want to say some stuff on that. Yeah, that's a rant. That like even Bobby Wagner said it, Richard Sherman said it, Bruce Irvin said it. Bro, that entire Seahawks defense. Like me and my dad were talking today, and we were like, we know the reason why they let Russ throw it at the one was because they didn't want to pay Lynch. Lynch was a free agent; they didn't want to pay him. That pissed off the entire defense, and it pissed off Lynch. That's the reason why the Legion of Boom fell apart. And that's the reason why the Seahawks itself fell apart as a franchise. And still, to this day, they haven't recovered from that. And we just saw Russ get traded. And that was the greatest era of Seattle. They traded their cornerstones in the same... Well, they got rid of their cornerstones in the same day. Mm-hmm. And Bobby Wagner said more words for Seattle than Russell Wilson has so far. And Bobby Wagner got cut.
Look, it's literally like Richard Sherman said. Either you...
Sherman was right.
Or you live long enough to watch yourself become a villain.
Yep.
Think about it.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, like, you let Russ do it, but then you try to give him the credit, but when he screws it up, like how bad that was. Then you get rid of Bobby the same day. You didn't even trade Bobby for picks, and then the Jamal Adams trade is the worst one, like recently.
And see, what is the one thing that Seattle Seahawks fans clamored for the longest period of time?
Yeah, that O-line's been crap.
They called for it for years. They said literally years. They were
Russell linemen. Just give him an offensive line.
Get linemen. And I could understand why, because when J.R. Sweezy came to Tampa and didn't do anything, it was very obvious. And then J.R. Sweezy went back to Seattle and didn't do anything. It's like I'm like, oh, this is bad. This is bad. This is very bad. So it's like, dude, it's crazy though. But yeah, that was the greatest era of Seattle Seahawks football you'll ever see.
Right. PFF posted this question, so I'm gonna let you use. Can you see it?
Legion of Boom
was the top blank of all time.
Was a top blank.
It's top 5.
It was definitely top. See, look, here's my thing. These are my top defenses. 85 Bears. I'd have a tie at second between the 2000 Ravens and the 2002 Bucks.
Yeah. Agree.
I'm also gonna say the Steel Curtain. Any year you want to at third, any year you want to say the Steel Curtain, any of those years, because those Steelers defenses were scary. And then 5, definitely got to say the Seahawks.
Yep. I mean, even back in that days, I mean, it was 3 guys, and then they alternated between like Jeremy Lane and Byron Maxwell and Brandon Browner. Well, we knew Browner was a craphead. We know Maxwell didn't do crap when he left, and Jeremy Lane didn't do crap when he left.
Mm-hmm. So, and see, the
Earl
difference.
Thomas really didn't do crap when he left.
I say this because of that question to answer that. It's like, for me, it's this. I can't put that Seahawks defense over the Bucks because they didn't get the turnovers. They didn't get the turnovers for touchdowns like the Bucks did. They didn't strike a lot of fear in teams like the Ravens did. Everyone was the Steelers back then, and then nobody wanted to see the 85 Bears.
Yeah, no one wants to see Cam Chancellor across the middle.
That's true too. But see,
I mean, then
I say it like this,
Well, you want Derek Brooks, Warren Sapp, and all those guys also getting you.
Exactly. And those guys could run like the wind. And then the other thing too is you want to bring up the 85 Bears debate. Okay, all right. Think about it like this: you really want to go against those guys? Those guys back then had no remorse for
they
themselves.
Had no quarterback and they won a Super Bowl.
Exactly.
But then also Trent Dilfer won a Super Bowl and Brad Johnson won a Super Bowl. So,
yeah. I'm not gonna lie, that was Brad Johnson's best year too. But I mean, that's the other thing too. The Ravens defense, Ray Lewis, all those guys, Rod Woodson, that's a scary unit. So I mean, any Steelers defense, Mean Joe Green, like pretty scary. So I mean, it's a lot. That's a lot of history.
And we didn't even mention the Lawrence Taylor Giants.
They were good, but
I know, but the greatest defensive player just running around the middle makes that defense pretty scary. So, but all right, let's move on. You want to talk Godwin, or you want to talk to dumbass known as Calvin Ridley?
Well, I will say, I wish
that was hard.
Godwin could have gotten a long-term deal. He should have. They said they still are looking forward to getting one done, so we'll see what happens there. This Calvin Ridley thing, that's crazy. That's some wild stuff.
I don't get that. The man wasn't with the team. He had no outcome on the game, but you suspend him for a whole year while Kareem Hunt literally kicked a person on camera, Ray Rice punched someone, Adrian Peterson. I don't even want to know what that was.
I was like, Adrian Peterson got detained recently at the airport, I think in LAX or something.
Or like domestic assault or domestic violence or whatever. But he gets suspended for a year for the integrity of the game. But then you have Steven Ross literally trying to pay Brian Flores to lose games. So
I know.
That whole thing is just BS. I don't even know why he didn't appeal that. He probably filed a grievance. I probably want to.
The NFL is very
weird.
Yes, with how they handle business. And I think it's the commissioner himself who already gave himself an extension, which is also weird. But
he's still better than Rob Manfred.
That's true too. That's true. The whole thing is just crazy. But I will say one thing while we got a few seconds here left. Tyrann Mathieu testing the market in free agency. Where you say the Saints, but what else feels realistic?
Kansas City or Saints. That's it. There is nowhere else. He's either going home or he's staying where he is. Based
Fair
off the news come out, that's only 2 places. And it kind of feels like even the players know Marcus Williams ain't coming back. So, yeah.
Fair enough. I can get behind that.
Moving on.
Yep. So
Jordan Davis running a 4.31 as a defensive lineman. I'm about to hit myself out of here.
I was gonna say, actually, yeah. Now that you see the Georgia thing in the background, yeah, dude, that was insane. See, I said it on my personal Instagram. I was like, look, the game is evolving.
The players are evolving.
Oh yes, like the way
amount of speed demons out there.
the
Baylor.
speed will be so the fact that Jordan Davis is that fast
At that size.
Good Lord. Like if you looked at the simulcam, he was like right behind Aaron Donald. Like, and Aaron Donald was in way, way better shape, like as far as a fat to muscle ratio aspect goes. Like, he was in way better shape than Jordan Davis. It's pretty scary. But you know who else? Loyola Chicago.
Right, everybody know what we all know what Loyola did the last time. Or actually, the last 2 times. I think they were in the tournament. Yeah,
the last 2 times.
That's what I said before you put up your fingers.
I was gonna say, dude, because look, they going back again. I was gonna say, whoever they get put in that bracket with, be mindful of what you're doing. Think about what you're doing before you fill it out.
Hey, filling Loyola Chicago to win the first round, guaranteed.
Look, I'm printing out 2 brackets this year. I'm just gonna go ahead and put Loyola Chicago in it to win it. And
I'll put them in the Elite 8 Final 4. I won't have them winning it.
That feels more realistic. Like the Elite 8 Final 4 feels like a strong possibility for them.
I think they got Sweet 16 the last time. It was Elite 8 and Sweet 16 or Final 4 Sweet 16 or something like that.
It was in Elite 8, I believe. Let's see, Loyola. Oh my gosh, there's so many Loyolas.
Yeah, it's like them Catholic schools or whatever.
Mm-hmm. It's like so many of them. Oh my goodness. My thing is, they're called the Ramblers, but their mascot is a wolf. So
that makes no sense.
They were in the Final 4 in 2018. They made the Sweet 16 last year. They won it all in 1963.
Yeah, that's too far.
So we'll see what happens. They go to they're going to the Atlantic 10 in the year 2022, 2023. So right now they're in the Missouri Valley. But I'm curious. I'm very curious. Because I'm depending on who that first matchup is against, I'd be nervous if I'm a big school going against them. I'd be very nervous because you know their history, you know what they're capable of, and then it's like, dang, like
they probably won't get a 1 seed. They'll probably get like a 3 or a 4.
They're not getting a 1 seed. You 3 or 4. You're more generous than me. I was gonna say 7 or 8.
Oh yeah, probably 7 or 8. No, I'm saying like they'll play against.
Oh, true. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. You're right.
Because 8 teams in a bracket or 10 teams in a bracket or whatever. Or, yeah, 8 teams, right? 8 teams
in a section of the bracket, you mean?
Yeah. I know it's 64 teams, so
it's a round of 64. And
it's
then
probably 8. That's too much work for me right now. I'm too lazy.
Yeah,
it's
it is. But definitely. But then also too, did you hear about this?
Yeah, Army Navy trying to go to Orlando. I mean, I don't care.
Oh my gosh, see, you sound like the majority of them. I shouldn't say this, but you sound like the majority of Americans talking about the game.
I mean, I get all the history and stuff in it, but I mean, I don't care where it's played.
I think COVID moving this game to West Point made it like a realization that okay, we had success still with this game being played at West Point. We can do this again and take this game on the road places, like because it technically is America's game. So, like, showboat it
Yeah.
across America, I guess.
Yeah. Make a little tour.
Exactly. Like, I think that this game should be definitely be played in Hawaii out of respect for like what happened at Pearl
Pearl
Harbor.
Harbor. Yeah.
I think that this game should be played in California. It
This
should
year
be
should be in Hawaii, right? No, 40 was it 41 or 42? 41. So last year should have last year should have been where it was for 80
Yeah.
years. But
Yeah,
I mean,
the 90th anniversary, it might end up going there.
yeah, 90th, 100th, we're still around, you know.
True. So I mean, it's possible, but yeah, I wouldn't be upset. I would love to see it come to Florida. It would be a huge hit for Orlando, honestly, and boost Orlando's economy and everything. I would say that would be the most protected city that day.
Oh yeah.
So
I mean, yeah. All right, USF trying to get a new stadium after UCF moves to the Big 12.
yeah. So honestly,
USF in a nutshell, dumpster fire
you won't-
property. Yeah,
you
cool.
won't-
Can I
you
go
won't
there?
believe who leaked this information to me.
What?
You won't believe who leaked this information to me.
Go.
It's a Spectrum network that you like to call News Bay.
Bay News 9.
Yeah. So your boy Chris Torello's people, they actually came up with this stuff first and everything. So it's I'll believe it when I see it because with US stuff, there's so many possibilities that they could have done over the last 20 years that they never did.
Yes, that's a dumpster fire. I thought they were right until I went there and I figured out how much of a dumpster fire they are.
It is, and then you got people like the National Alumni Association president still trying to hype them up and make it seem like he's smooth. Everybody, USF is going to a New Year's Six Bowl. If you hadn't realized it yet, just give it maybe 10, 20 more years.
I mean, 100. 100.
We won't even be here to see it. I'm telling you, Flash is going to be that guy where it's like his kids are going to do an interview and they're going to be like, my daddy predicted this moment. If he was here, he'd be so proud. He'd shed a tear.
No, he's still with TC. It's more TC than USF, I think.
Oh wow! They won a state title. He always imagined this day. If he was here, he'd shed a tear. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Coach K loses in his home finale to UNC. Sorry, I can't keep a straight face after that.
Hey, look, I'm sorry. I had to say it. But Coach K, yeah, hey, look. Just don't get matched up with Loyola Chicago.
I was gonna say it earlier, but I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna say that. I pissed off a lot of people if they got Loyola and they lost in the first round.
Oh my gosh. Can you imagine? That's how Coach K goes out. This is storied career. You've done all of this. You've done all this to get to the tournament in your final year, only to go out at the hands of Loyola Chicago and Sister John. Can you imagine?
Imagine if they lose to any other team also in the first round.
Imagine if they just don't win the ACC in his final year.
Well, that's also going to happen too. I mean,
that's going to be.
I'm surprised. UNC probably will win it, or Florida State.
Florida State got beat though. I thought already.
Oh yeah, they got beat by Syracuse, and somebody was mad. They got like fouled, and they didn't call it or something like that.
See, I was learning when that was going on, so I didn't get to see it. I was learning America. But I mean, hey, look, like I said, just don't go against Loyola Chicago in opening round. Don't be the 7th seed going against the 8th seed. Going against the 8th seed. Don't be that team. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
You in trouble.
Yeah. I think guaranteed at least the 2 seed is gonna get bounced in the first round.
Yeah,
I don't know about a 1, but I could see a 2 definitely. 3 is definitely getting knocked out.
I could see it. It wouldn't surprise me. It really wouldn't. So I mean, we'll see. It would not surprise me. And with that, we can now swing over to hot topics.
So we're gonna talk about the crazy Lakers fans, the Grizzlies, Jackie Moon, or the UConn women.
We could talk about, let's talk about Mr. Love Me Sexy, Jackie Moon himself.
Oh,
but first, we got to talk about Greg Biffle. Greg Biffle did not finish the race, sadly, in Las Vegas. I didn't see it because I was watching the combine and Markquese Bell, but it said when I checked the results that he did not finish the race. So I don't know what happened. I hope he didn't get in a wreck.
Let's look it up.
No, it said he didn't.
All right. Was it Las Vegas 500, something like that, right?
It was the Pennzoil 400 presented by JPeeps.
Pennzoil 400. All right. Some Bowman dude won it.
Yeah, Bowman won it. I knew that.
I have no idea who are. I don't know any of these people are. Kyle Busch got 13th.
Yeah, he was very upset.
Bubba Wallace got 25th. No, that's not Bubba Wallace. Wrong person. Oh, it didn't give me the whole thing. Boy. It didn't want to give me the whole thing? No? Was there only 37 drivers? I guess so.
Yeah, because some of them didn't finish.
Yeah, Biffle was 34th. He didn't finish. Some dude named Blaney, Suarez, Briscoe, Custer, Hamlin.
Yeah, Ryan Blaney.
Blaney. I don't know who any of these people are.
Oh my gosh! And you claimed you watched Jeff Gordon race, dude. Okay,
Bruh.
so the top three were out. How long ago was that?
I honestly don't know. I stopped watching like 5 years ago. I don't know anymore. Yeah, there was a crash. That's why those people didn't finish.
Oh darn! But yeah, it was Alex Bowman, Kyle Larson, Ross Chastain, Kyle Busch got 4th, and then William Byron, who drives Jeff Gordon's old 24, he got 5th place. So Jeff Gordon's old car still finishing in the top 5.
Mm-hmm.
It's not bad.
All right. What next? Jackie Moon?
Mr. Love Me Sexy himself. I wish I had that played. I wish I had that. Oh my gosh.
The one with
Sexy.
That
was semi-pro.
Thompson. With Klay Thompson, the two of them on the court together. That was fun.
Dude, look, hey, all that whole, just the ball 3 times, flip it, and then just shoot it. Underhand, granny shot it. Dude, he was wetting them in warm-ups, dude. He was doing it with confidence. He came out the tunnel ready. He was ready to get tropical. I'm just saying he looked good for his age. Jackie Moon still got it.
Was that last night, right? That was what Kuminga went off for them.
Yep.
The Warriors been struggling, man.
They mentioned
like everybody who was going off for them early this season. Yeah, they're not. Wiggins is averaging like 13 after the All-Star game.
It's a cold spout. It's a little dry spout. It'll probably come out of it. They're still in position to make the playoffs. So, I mean,
hey, they're doing better than the Lakers, who are trying to scapegoat Russell Westbrook, even though they had a tied game in the 4th quarter against the Spurs. He gets subbed out, and the Spurs go on an 11-2 run, and they somehow blame Westbrook. So, the Lakers fans are crazy. I'm doing Flash's job here for the Westbrook stuff. Look, he'd be going off on that.
Look, see, with me, I'm just like, I don't even know why y'all waste time with the Lakers. I've given up on them and stuff.
Oh, their fans are cray.
I've already told myself, look, the Lakers will never be the same again. Possibly, the Lakers may end up well enough being the Dallas Cowboys of the NBA.
Yep. Hey, their only championship since Kobe was around was the bubble. The bubble doesn't count.
Exactly. So it's
It's the
like
bubble rink.
exactly. That would have been a nice series too to see if it hadn't have been for COVID, because it would have been back and
And
forth
LA and
in Miami. That would have been amazing. That would have been a fun little series. So I mean, travel would have played a factor in everything too. So I mean, who knows what could have happened? But yeah, I've
oh,
get
by the way, Zion's supposed to make his return soon.
really
Mm-hmm.
interesting.
He's back in New Orleans, and I think he's almost about to get cleared for a court workouts again. So should be back. They say maybe before playoffs. And the Pelicans right now, I think the 10th seed.
I will say though, you know who's my favorite team? Not my favorite team, but you know who's like really making me a believer of them right now?
Oh, I've
They're
been a believer since 2019
they're 8
or
games
2018
out of
or
first
whatever
place
you
in
draft.
the
Ja.
West. But
My
the
man, Ja Morant, not
Dude,
Zaza.
I'm liking what they're doing. I
Bro,
like,
they've been doing that.
but see, they have a lot. They have like the most fun of anybody while they do it. They
Bro,
literally,
they're like the second young, like they're one of the youngest teams, or they were the youngest last year. Or the
and I
Thunder,
was,
or
and I was
third.
thinking to myself, I'm like, who does this guy remind me of that played back when I was watching this stuff growing up?
Oh, Ja's
And
better Westbrook.
no, he reminds me more so of Allen Iverson, because when Iverson was showing him love, I was like, that's who he reminds me of.
I just
You
said
know,
he's a better Westbrook because he can shoot better, but he has the crazy athleticism of Westbrook. That's why.
oh, I say literally Iverson, because he does things like Iverson and whatnot, like,
Oh,
but
that's
he's
true.
more of a freakish athlete than Iverson.
John Morant's John Morant. Let's just leave it like that.
Dude, I like it, dude. I like it a lot.
I mean, I was a crazy. People call me a madman when I said take him over Zion in high school. So we won't get into that.
I was a believer in that. I mean, I think
I was not a believer. Wasn't a big fan of Zion.
me neither. I mean, when Zion came out of Duke, I was like, look, this fool need to stop being a little too lazy. Yeah, I sense too much laziness in Zion.
Oh no! Well, see, Ja's got that. He has that fun in the game. Zion just runs on like he's just going boom, boom, trying to waddle like a penguin down the court.
All
right.
But in other news too, UConn's
Let's do UConn's women. I'm gonna pull up the NFL free agency so we can do our free agency stuff.
Oh yeah, UConn.
Let's give the women some love.
Yeah, UConn's women definitely they look good as always, making noise. I wouldn't be surprised if it's them in South Carolina and what's it called, Notre Dame in there again. Hopefully they can close the deal this time. So scary times with UNC. We're with UConn. So
UConn women always been like crazy good. LSU's women's been always crazy good.
always good.
There's some programs that just win in college basketball more than like men's for some reason. I don't know.
That Summit, it was Tennessee women's basketball. They were scary.
All right, let's get into the NFL free agents. So I'm gonna just go off the PFF list of top 200, and we'll say who do you think they're gonna go to? Wow,
Okay.
Teron Armstead listed as number 1. The left tackle.
5 minutes. Say the name again.
Teron Armstead from the Saints, left tackle. Where do you think he's going? I think he's going to Cincy or Indianapolis. Oh, by the way, we forgot to say Carson Wentz got traded to Washington.
Yeah, I think we skipped that for a good reason.
Hey, he gets to go to Philly every year. That's gonna be fun.
What? So people can throw hoagies at him and cheesesteaks?
Mm-hmm. All right, let's keep going. Back to Armstead. I think he's gonna go either Indianapolis or Cincinnati.
Cincinnati has the money, but
hey, Indianapolis got a crap ton of money.
That's true too.
They just got rid of Carson Wentz's contract.
They need to find the replacement to that. They're talking about
Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah, they're talking about Jimmy Garoppolo. I don't know. I feel like he just doesn't fit in Indianapolis.
Hey, y'all could have Taysom Hill for a 7th. I just don't want that contract. You could have him.
If they take Taysom Hill,
Hey, take Taysom Hill and put him as a tight end. Jack Doyle just retired.
Indianapolis
10
will
million,
probably
hey,
back to
10 million for a tight end. That's not crazy money.
the greatest thing that happened in Indianapolis was Tony Dungy.
Hey,
And
Tony Dungy got a new opportunity program thing. If you want to talk about that before we get back into the free agents, let me look back it up. He's got this new coaching opportunity thing. I need to do that for my research thing for the coaching racism or whatever. So the Colts announced a Tony Dungy Diversity Fellowship program to promote diversity in NFL coaching. So it's going to help out like the coordinators for like jobs and inclusion initiatives for talented coaches. So they'll get like interviews and like committees from Dungy and like the Colts family or whatever to help them out like with like connections and opportunities. And they're also gonna get the re-examination of the Rooney Rule and all that. So shout out Dungy and the Colts. All right, back to free agents. Von Miller's next. Do you think he's going back to Denver? I think so.
Yeah, I think so. I think he is. Russell
He's
Wilson.
going to talk to the Rams first, but I think I'd rather play with Russell than I would with Matt Stafford. You get Von Miller. I mean, Aaron Donald to be your running partner or Bradley Chubb. Pick one.
Either one, honestly. I feel like Denver because he's been tweeting, he's been snapping and doing Instagram videos about Denver and stuff. So I think he's definitely going back.
He asked if they're going to give him back his old locker. I think they would. All right, Chandler Jones. I have no idea about this one.
Who did he play for last year?
Arizona. He didn't play. He's had that 5-sack game to start the year, but then he like fell off. He disappeared when JJ Watt got hurt because they were triple teaming him.
Film study goes a long way.
Yeah.
I don't know. I couldn't
he
tell
hasn't
you
gone back to Arizona though.
Maybe Miami.
Miami's an option to some teams with crazy cap space, so I can see it. J.C. Jackson, I think he might stay in division and go to New York.
I feel like he would go to Cincinnati.
That's also an option. Yeah, bye-bye Eli. Marcus Williams, I have no idea.
Minnesota.
No, they got Harrison Smith.
Well, they could use another one.
Oh, yeah, they owe him for the Minnesota Miracle still. Give him a contract. That's pain right there. Allen Robinson.
Back to Chicago.
No, he's not going back to Chicago. He's out.
Oh.
Kansas City.
Jacksonville honestly needs to get in on this if they got the money to do it.
You think he'll go back?
You know what? No.
Oh, Atlanta could use him. Atlanta has a big need for a wide receiver one.
I feel like they draft one, honestly. We have a comment.
We have a comment?
Dang, where are all the views at, y'all?
No one watching the show? Come on now. Why no one watching the show? Bro, we've been doing good on Twitter and stuff. I mean, why no one support the show? Come on now.
Yeah, no, really. Come on, guys. Support the show.
Hey, we still got 6 minutes before we got to wrap up. We're going. Ryan Jensen.
If a deal can't get done in Tampa, I think he's gone. I feel like Tennessee, maybe.
Cincinnati.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, really, you could send any of these guys. You could send any of these guys to Cincinnati, to be honest with you, because Cincinnati has the money to work with, and a lot of these guys realize how close Cincinnati was, and they feel like they could be the addition to take Cincinnati over the top. So
Bobby Wagner, I forgot, but he just became a free agent. That's why I didn't think about him.
2012, the league. He's been in the league 10 years now. He's still got a little bit of juice left.
He's 32, I think. I think he's like 32, 33. He's still got plenty. He got probably 5 more years, maybe at most. 4, 5, 6 years.
I feel like he's gonna want to go. He's gonna want to go somewhere where.
Hey, I think he might go Arizona and just piss off Seattle.
Oh yeah, of course.
Or he might go LA with the Rams. They just have money to burn.
For me, it's just like, all right, he wants to go anywhere that he's gonna see the Seahawks twice a year.
Yep. Well, we know for sure he ain't going Denver.
No. But I could definitely see Arizona. And I think that might be why
They just cut Jordan Hicks.
What?
They just cut Jordan Hicks today.
Arizona did?
Mm-hmm.
And then Chandler Jones is gone, so I mean, hey, it makes sense.
Yep.
Why not?
Jadeveon Clowney. I think he might stay in Cleveland, to be honest.
He needs to go back to Cleveland.
Him and Myles Garrett would be good together. Stay with that.
I think they
is number 10.
They just had a bad year this year, I think. I think next year will be a little bit better for Cleveland.
What about Randy Gregory?
Was he in Dallas?
Mm-hmm.
Stay in Dallas.
Yep.
Then again, who knows? They got rid of Amari Cooper.
Gilmore.
Who knows?
Gilmore needs to be heading up to Cincinnati.
Stephon Gilmore and J.C. Jackson together at corner in Cincinnati would be very scary.
I want to see how they get along after what happened after Gilmore got shipped out of New England. But
Look,
Carlton
put
Davis.
You this side. Carlton Davis. I feel like he's not going to be the first priority for a lot of teams at cornerback. So
I think
feel
he'll sign like day 2, day 3 of free agency. He won't be at day 1 because
honestly,
J.C. Jackson will be the first one off the board, I think, and then it'll be Gilmore, and then you'll see probably like
with Carlton Davis. I feel like he's going to go out there looking for this crazy number, and he's not going to find what he really thinks he's worth. And then I feel like he's going to somehow find his way back to $1, very humbled, knowing that he's not worth what he's asking for, probably.
Yeah. He's about to get very pissed off Michael Thomas coming to Tampa. So we want to see how that goes. All right, Tyrann Mathieu, either Kansas City or New Orleans. We already said that. Brandon Sheriff. Okay, this is Washington's offensive lineman. I don't even know. Odell. Think he stays in LA?
I think he stays in LA. Because who else wants him right now?
All right. Akeem Hicks, the D tackle from Chicago.
I think
he goes to Denver if they can't re-sign all their guys. I mean, they just lost Shelby Harris. I think he goes to Denver. That's the thing. I think Melvin Ingram, he's gonna stay in Kansas City. I think it worked out for him last year a lot. So, what about you?
Melvin Ingram.
He did good towards the end of the season with Kansas City after he got traded there.
I think they ought to just bring him back, man.
Yeah. All right. This is the one I think if Casey Hayward leaves at Las Vegas, I think I see Carlton Davis going here. What about you? I'm gonna wrap this up.
Wait. So say that again.
Casey Hayward.
If he leaves, where? No.
If he leaves Vegas, I think I could see Carlton Davis going there.
You know what? That does sound realistic. Yeah, that one makes sense. That one would make sense.
I'm trying to see if there's any other big names. Do you think Cordell Patterson stays in Atlanta? Gronk
He fits that system so well. I think he should stay in Atlanta because I feel like he's not going to find that same type of production for himself anywhere else.
All right, last one. Do you think Gronk stays in Tampa?
I think it depends on a couple things.
Oh, I forgot Jameis Winston and
One.
Mitchell
All right, Trubisky. I don't know. He's gonna go somewhere and probably not start. Jameis. Some people said Seattle. Some people said Pittsburgh. Some people said back to New Orleans. Some people try to send him back to Tampa, although I don't think that's gonna happen.
I wouldn't want that to happen for Jameis.
Yeah, I mean, it stinks. I don't think Jameis wants to come back. But who was the guy you named before Jameis?
Juju, I think.
Juju stay in Pittsburgh. No, don't nobody else want that.
I don't think Pittsburgh fans want it either. But all right, let's wrap this up. 54 minutes. Let's wrap it up.
All right, awesome. We definitely can. So yeah, folks, you see my takes of it. Carson Wentz.
Hey, Commander Carson, nobody cares.
Yeah, we ain't
Russ
worried
and
about
Denver, they'll be Super Bowl contenders, but that AFC West is the craziest division I've ever seen. And sadly, one of those teams probably making
shifted.
huh?
The power shifted in literally less than like 2 months.
Well, I mean, they have both their corners, but what's the guy's name? Kareem Jackson, Cal Fulher, somebody else in that secondary is a free agent. You want to guarantee back a certain. So if they can't bring back their guys, that no matter how good that offense is, that team might be worse than Kansas City still. I still think they're probably worse than Kansas City. So in that division, another year of growth for Herbert. We'll see. But I mean, hey, sports will be another crazy week. We're gonna have another crazy week. We'll be back, and it'll be completely different again. Ain't that right?
Exactly. It'll be all in shambles again, and we'll be sitting here with fire around us and everything, saying this is fine. But
yeah,
you know it.
And also, March Madness starts next Monday, so more madness going off.
Men's March Madness or the women's?
No, men's March Madness starts next week too.
Ooh, let me get my bracket together.
We have to send it. What app we gonna use for that?
We can use. Oh, I can get the Canva app, so we can make it
we'll set that up. But like Ashton said, where the views at? Come on, we got to support the show, get it big, you know, we're doing the good stuff. I think I'm gonna see. I want to see if I can get Chris Rosvoglu back on to talk about the Dion interview and stuff.
Definitely, I'm gonna reach out to someone as well. Probably surprise you.
All right.
Yeah, I didn't do it this week because I got a lot of stuff going on this week, but next week not so much. So we could probably make it happen next week. But folks, as always, you know, this has been fun. If you have not already, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to all of our social media platforms.
Be a friend, tell a friend.
Yes, be a friend, tell a friend, share this thing, make this thing go viral, make Ace famous. Okay?
Nah, I don't want to be famous.
No, make that man famous right there. Look at that. That's America's face right there. Everyone, see, he just did the little smirk and everything. See, that's America's face right there. You got to do it for him. Do it for him.
All right, let's wrap this up.
See, now he wants to get off camera. You see what we've done? Now he wants to get off camera now.
No, I want to talk about some stuff.
Go to bed. Good night, America. Oh my gosh, I almost hit the wrong button. Oh my goodness.
Right, end the show. Stop